Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Floaters final, or semifinal, rather. Rose City Saint versus V. Resner, the Res God. I'm Angry Larry, joined with Bent Glass Tube. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. We got a little thing here, and it's happening, and it should be good. How about that?
Yeah. So in the cesspool bracket round, do we still not talk about the game at all, or is that only during group play?
Well, I mean, kind of go with the flow here.
All right.
We'll see what happens. If they wow us, if they dazzle us, we'll talk about it. You know, if it's very mediocre, then maybe not.
Sounds good to me.
It all depends. Get some audio here on V Resner's side. That should be good enough for us to talk over it. Well, I mean, you've escaped the. Not only you escaped being relegated, being sinking to the other to the cesspool. I did not. So congratulations to you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and I have a humiliation race coming up at some point in time, and that's going to be decided by the winner of the championship, and that's 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. A couple hours here. Do you have any thoughts on Buzz Thunder versus Coach Crab?
I remember there was pretty competitive times during the practice phase between them, but I don't think I actually saw either of them race because they were both in the other group from me.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch either of them race either. The way they carry on and their arrogance towards other people. I basically wouldn't. Res God is on a roll here. I don't know if Rose City Saint got the late start or what happened there, but Rez is rocking and rolling. Is there anything you remember about this game that you want to talk about?
I remember there's a lot of auto scrollers, but I tried really hard to get my race done before I was out of town for a couple weeks, so that I wouldn't have to remember this game anymore. Like I mean, I like this game. It's just not a great speed run, honestly.
I don't think the game is a good racing game.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think the game is a fun game overall, and I think the racing aspect of it you might turn your nose at it a little bit because of yeah. But as a game,
I feel like 50% of the game or more is auto scrollers, so it's kind of weird to race.
And it's very, very short too, as well. So
yeah,
you can't really get into the groove, and it's very unforgiving. There's a lot of places in this game where if you make one mistake, you might as well just turn your console off because it's over.
Yeah, I think that's the inherent problem with the short game being raced, because if you're playing Zelda 2 and you have a 30-second loss, that's not a huge deal because that's a tiny percentage of the whole run. But if you lose 30 seconds in a 10-minute run, that's a much more significant chunk.
Yeah. And not to mention you get knocked in the water and your meter fills all the way up. It's okay.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah, there's some mechanics that are very unforgiving like that as well.
And mechanics that are just totally change the way you play the game because you practice one way, and then you have to fight a different way with drop kicks or belly splashes on bosses. And it's like, well, what the hell do you do? Well, I've never done this before. And, next thing you know, it's over.
Yeah, it's a pretty silly game all around. The one nice thing though is it's there's not really a way to lose per se if you're not racing. There's not a way to just lose the game because there's no death or anything. You just have to redo levels.
Mm-hmm. So coming into this matchup, Rose City Saint was 3-0. He swept his bracket. Rez was 1-1, and I guess 2-1 by the forfeit of Jackamus. He came in second place in his bracket, second to Random Effect, who essentially went 2-0, 3-0 with the forfeit. Random Effect lost, though, to Armageddon Time in the semifinals. So Armageddon Time in his rookie season is moving on to the floater finals, floating to the upper deck, and Rez could do the same thing. Both new players could be ascending here.
That would be unprecedented in this tournament.
I believe it would be, except that last season we had two first timers ascend as well.
I guess you're right. By definition, they were all first timers.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, legally, they did that.
Well, this will be the first season that all of the new players ascend.
That is factually,
if that happens.
That is factually correct. Resner only
I
lost.
got my stat computer here, showing me stuff.
I made a tracker and a spreadsheet to give us that analysis. Rez lost. His only loss was against Random Effect. 17 minutes in his first race. Then Rez popped off a 13-minute, 13-second in the second race. And we're looking at Rose City Saints' best time thus far is an 11:22. He also had 11:39 and a 13:30. So he's basically got all three of his wins are basically right around Resner's best posted time. So we'll see what happens here. But
yeah, so far I haven't really seen any mistakes from either player. It looks like they're doing pretty well. They both had good first levels and had as good as you can hope for auto scrollers.
Rose City Saint did get knocked down there on his way to picking up the beanie. And Resner took a little bit more of a lead there going into the BBC, the Big Bad Cloud. Everyone loves BBC. And Resner gets a quick kill there.
Yeah, that was a good kill versus the BBC.
I still don't know how to shoot when you jump, but, obviously he does, so good for him.
Yeah. Well, the trick there, which is the one thing I do remember about the game, is you can only shoot while moving upward. Like, after you hit the apex of your jump and start moving downward, you can no longer attack.
I've seen many penguins who do shoot on the way down, though, so...
I don't know, then. Maybe I'm full of shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, real-life penguins.
Oh,
yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Like Chili
Willy.
Willy.
The realism of this game is lacking, then.
Yeah, Chili Willy definitely shot on the way down. Rez is only picking up one clock.
Oh, he's going hard, huh?
I don't know. There were two of them there, and he made sure he only picked up one of them. So we'll see.
Actually, clock management cost me the play-in race and actually put me in danger of sinking. Because in that play-in race, I got to the boss of this level and with like 3 seconds on the timer, and needed the quick, or not got to the boss, but got to the phase where you shoot him with only a few seconds left on my timer, and basically needed to do the quick kill. So that's a risky move in a race.
Let's see if he takes one later, though.
Yeah, there's the guaranteed clock near right before the boss, which was usually my reminder. Like, here's the clock. Look at my time. Do I have 70 seconds? Then I'm in good shape. If I have less than that, I probably should pick that clock up. But I wasn't thinking straight in that race.
I decided to pick them all up because I earned them. And
that's a good policy too. I mean, like the time save is kind of minuscule there.
The one thing I did find out, though, is when you do defeat a boss, the timer, I don't know if it's a set amount or if it depends on the time you have left. You get fitter at the end of the level. So you can kill the boss unfit, and the roll-off actually gives you meter, or takes away meter, however you want to read it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple players, actually, in this tournament where that was a saving grace. Oh, and Rez picks up a second clock there, so he decides that it's too risky to go one clock.
Well, I mean, he's still, like, Rose City Saint has twice the amount of available time than him. So we'll see. He's going to have 64, 63 seconds going into this boss fight.
He's in fine shape. Like, I think that's enough time to even miss one, like, to 2-cycle. But, I think... I didn't really like do the science or anything, but I think that it's based on how much time you have left. So you can use that as a buffer if you're, worried that you're not going to be fit enough. Yeah, see, like he has 45 seconds left with only one of the little bird things.
And getting hit twice. So it was definitely enough time, a lot of time.
Yeah, I feel like he must have picked up 3 clocks. That seems like way too much time left to only have picked up 2, but I don't know.
Well, Rose City Saint does the stand on the left strat and gets it down to phase 3, form 3, whatever you want to call it. One dude left standing, and then he only gets hit once and then brings it down. But he had that roll off, and I don't know if that made Rezer, because it looked like he had a quicker fight than Rez. But
yeah, it did, but Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Rez gets
But this is the real decider, this level.
Yeah.
And possibly the super jumps on the ice.
Well, Rez got the lucky star. He set that up. He tried to jump off of that guy to get the second one.
I was never able to jump off that guy. I can only do it off the platform or the pink guy.
Yeah, I think maybe you need star power to do it, but
yeah, I feel like you can't actually stand on that guy's head. I think I've seen, I saw one of V-Rezzer's matches where he struggled against this boss, so we'll see if he's more familiar with the strats here. Captain Condom, I believe is his name.
Yeah, Captain Condom. Yeah, I forget what the name is. Captain Condom sounds like a good one, though. He's standing in different places than the tutorial told you to stand, so he's kind of it's kind of like at a 50% barrel hit rate right now. Let's see how Rose City Saint does. He's 2 for 5, 3 for 6. Rose City Saint is 1 for 1. This is where Rose City Saint can make up a lot of time.
Yeah, this is. I mean, he hits him every other barrel, so it's not bad. I wouldn't say that he VGT'd the fight, but looks like Rose just got a little off pattern, and now we'll see how he adapts to that, because that's really the struggle with this one. Is it's easy if you hit all the barrels you're supposed to, but once you get off pattern, it's if you haven't practiced ad-libbing it can be tough.
Yeah.
But he gets it with just the one miss, so still a very close race.
One miss, but it was kind of like I think one barrel even timed out. I don't even think he hit one of the barrels. It just kind of bounced around until it expired and went off the screen. But yeah, Rez is going to be on the final fight here, and his life is looking pretty good as Rose City Saint enters the last stage.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy. We see just how short the last level is. V-Reznor was able to get through the entire level while Rose City Saint watched the cutscene leading into it.
Yeah, I mean, Rez is rocking here. He doesn't have to wait. As soon as the thing opens up, he can just let it rip.
Doesn't seem like there's much chance of him losing this at this point. I guess getting hit by the beam cannon could cost him, but he's not having very good luck with the shots.
No, but it's good enough for an 11:05 and first place, and he'll be taking on Armageddon Time in the next matchup. Both players will be ascending, floating to the upper deck. Rose City Saint had a good run here, 3-1 in the tournament, and he'll be staying put though in the cesspool.
That was a very close race though.
Yeah, about 26 seconds, 25 seconds separated them both. I can do real math if you want me to. It's about 26 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, that's as real as it gets there. So we'll probably wait and interview everyone after it's all over.
Well, yeah, I don't know what Armageddon Time is doing. I don't know if he's out there, if he's waiting, if he's piggybacking this. I don't know if I have confirmation that they're doing it directly after, but we'll find out. We'll see if one of these idiots join the chat channel, and then we'll talk about him, about this game, about life in general. What do you think are good questions to ask him?
Let's see. We've done favorite pizza toppings already, right? But maybe not with these two. How about favorite fast food restaurants? Have we done that before?
I've done French fries, but I can tell you I screwed up the audio so bad on that race that it's probably worth doing again, especially with someone like Rez.
Yeah. I see Coach Crab says Armageddon just went live, so maybe we're gonna do these back to back after all.
Back to back and a belly to belly. Armageddon has to change his name because it's so hard to spell.
We should say that the champion shit players have to do the 2 playthrough version of the game. It's probably too late to spring that rule on them now, but
I'm pretty sure no one wants to see him race once. Why would they want to watch him race twice? You know what I mean?